Welcome to War of the Stars, a Star Wars podcast, coming to you every week from deep within the Outer Rim, far beyond the westful ice of the Galactic Empire. Join your host, John Mark Tolley, Wars.
Hello.
That was a weird intro. I want to apologize because we had some technical difficulties there.
I think that might have been my fault.
What happened?
I think I pressed the button and I fast forwarded it. I was like I was trying to do something. I think I pressed the button where it's playing to push it further on. Like, I want to talk, dang it. I want to talk.
You're so eager to be back on the air that you just couldn't help yourself. Oh my gosh.
Dude,
I've missed you for the last couple of weeks.
I've missed you guys. I miss you too. I miss everyone out there who has, first of all, for all those who have wished me a happy birthday, thank you. I appreciate all of the birthday wishes. It was a day. I am doing much better. Today was really the first day that I felt like good, like really, really good. Still not 100%, but I'm getting close. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And just for the record, he wasn't sick or anything. He had surgery and to correct something, and it's corrected, and now he's in recovery.
I am for the next 2 weeks now.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, I'm glad to have you back. In the last couple of weeks, though, I got to do some fun stuff. So someone gave me, I don't know if I showed you these a couple of weeks ago, but
you did. Yes, the playing cards. Yes.
So I actually opened them up to check them out, and the thing I noticed is that because they're broken into color categories: orange for the Rebellion, red for the Empire or for Sith, green for Jedi, and then gray for the actual Empire. And so for the Imperial King, or I'm sorry, the Sith King, it's Vader. The Sith Jack is Maul, and Sith Ace is Palpatine, and the Sith Queen, ironically enough, is Kylo Ren, which I think is a little funny. Then for the face cards for the Rebellion, R2-D2 and BB-8 for the Ace.
Okay.
Han Solo and Leia for King.
Okay.
Poe Dameron and Finn for the Queen. Again, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
And then I don't know why they're paired up, but Chewbacca and C-3PO for the Jack. And then under the Jedi, the Jack is Obi-Wan.
Okay.
The Queen is Rey. The King, of course, is Luke.
Of course.
And then the Ace is Yoda.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And then for the Imperials, the King is a stormtrooper. The Jack is a scout trooper. The Ace is Tarkin, and the Queen is a TIE fighter pilot. Now, here's the funny thing, is that the Joker with the green and gray is Jango Fett, and the Joker for the red and orange is Boba. Why are the Fetts the Jokers? I don't get this.
I don't know. Well, you actually hit something. You mentioned something that before we get to our main topic, maybe we could talk about a little bit. It is the big hullabaloo about the Ben Solo movie that we never got, that people are wanting.
The funny thing is, it's not about something we never got. It's the thing that we're never going to get it. Like it was, I was watching about this. I was reading up on it, and Adam Driver, don't get me wrong, great actor, he's decent. But apparently he was working with who was the guy? Steven Soderbergh, the guy who directed the Ocean's 11 movies, and they were working together on a script for the Ben Solo movie. It was supposed to take place after the Rise of Skywalker, and somehow Ben Solo is alive.
Does that mean we've got the somehow Ben Solo lived line?
That's the funny thing, is that they pitched it to Bob Iger, and Bob Iger shut it down, saying, I can't imagine in any world how this would make sense.
Yeah.
And it's like, really? The dude who okayed Rise of Skywalker and the line of dialogue that said that somehow Palpatine returned. Like, you could see that happening, but not this one. Got it. Okay, that makes a total bit of sense.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
I think that Kylo Ren was definitely one of the more underserved characters of the sequel trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
But had he been written as a stronger character, instead of being the whiny, pissy little brat that we got, I can't imagine being interested in this.
Now, do you think that because you can look at Anakin, especially Episode 2 Anakin, as being kind of the same way. Whiny, complain, but we knew what we were getting.
But we're not talking about a character who, was emotionally stunted and and had been raised in slavery, and
I think with Kylo it comes almost more as the Nepo baby, like entitled, like with Luke had all kinds of trauma because of his childhood and all kinds of, whereas with Kylo or Ben had everything he could want.
Yeah,
he was the son of war heroes. He was, his uncle was
nephew of one of the greatest living Jedi
ever. Yeah,
ever.
Yeah.
And it's there's a lot of stuff going on, and like just the way that Ben was handled as a character in the trilogy was not great. It was not great at all. And so I was hoping that we would have something a little bit stronger, but whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like if he had actually been taught about the kind of person his grandfather was, he wouldn't have been pursuing being exactly like him.
Yeah.
If he wanted to be better than Skywalker.
If they would have fully leaned into the entitlement part of the character, like have him be that entitled brat,
mm-hmm.
And just have him be that character where it's, I can do this because I have this lineage and I deserve it.
Right.
That
would have made more sense. And they just, his uncle had a bad dream and tried to hurt him.
Yeah.
And he decides, I'm going to just, wipe out billions of people in the galaxy. No, that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen.
Yeah. And I wish we would have been able to see more of Snoke / Palpatine / whoever playing the strings, pulling the strings with Ben.
Yeah.
The slow manipulation of, Well,
the problem is that would have touched way too many things that were similar with the prequel trilogy.
Yeah.
And it's like, and for anybody who's watched through the prequel trilogy, we already know the tips and tricks that Palpatine has for manipulating people.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if they and that's the thing, is that there are far too many things in the sequel trilogy that were being done to either replicate things that had been done before and had been done better.
Yeah.
Or they weren't even they were playing it safe. not necessarily in hiring Ryan Johnson, who completely tried to subvert everything, but like the problem is when you hire people who are quasi fans or who aren't even fans in the writing room or in the director's chair, that's the kind of stuff you're going to get. You're going to like, I mean, the Halo franchise, the Halo TV series that Paramount Plus put out, it suffered for that same reason. They like you had entire creatives who had no idea what was going on in the lore, and they just did their own thing.
Yeah,
and fell flat.
No, I think you can have it work if you have somebody. You can have somebody at the helm who may not be a fan, but you need other people in around him who can.
Tony Gilroy.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, when he came in and did Andor, he wasn't really a fan, but he had people around him who could say like, okay, how can this fit? I wanted to do this. How can this fit into the Star Wars universe?
Right.
So anyway, what is our main topic for today?
Our main topic today is going to be galactic monsters. So since we're in spooky season, I'm actually going to change our tone here. We're gonna go dark. And so galactic monsters. And so it's spooky season. We've got Halloween in just a couple of days. And so why not talk about the monsters in the galaxy? Because there are a bunch.
Did I tell you what my daughter is for Halloween?
Please tell me she's going to be a little baby Rancor.
No, not quite that cool. Not quite that. Still cool. She's T-I-double-gut-er.
Oh, cool.
She's Tigger. My wife is my wife is Piglet, and I am going to be Christopher Robin.
That's cool. Yeah, my son's going to go as a minion.
Okay,
which is going to be a little ironic because Wednesday for his school is Minion Day.
Yes.
And then he's going to be wearing it on Wednesday, and then he's going to be wearing it again on Friday for their Halloween dress up day. So he gets to go Minion squared, and then I'm kind of turning into the skid on this one. I'm going to dress up as Gru.
Okay.
I mean, it's really not difficult. It's just a lot of black and a scarf and a bald head.
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta get the nose.
I mean, I kind of have the nose.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're talking monsters. And so first off the bat, like, what's the first monster that comes to mind when you think on this topic?
Rancor.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's like the first to me. That's like classic.
Yeah, I wholeheartly agree with you. I mean, everyone first saw Rancor in Return of the Jedi. It was, I think it was great how they left it off screen for such a long time in that first half of Return of the Jedi, because like you like there's the scene with the Twi'lek slave girl and Jabba just like dropping her into the pit, and all you hear is the scream, the roar, and the sound of bones crunching.
Yeah.
And that right there is enough to terrify anybody.
Yeah. Well, and this is a almost 50-year-old movie now. 40 some?
42.
42-year-old movie.
It came out the year after I was born.
And it still scares kids. Like we saw this when it came out for the 14th a couple of years ago with my daughter, and this is the one scene that she could not sit through.
Because it's terrifying.
It is terrifying.
Yeah, in fact, there's a scene in Jedi Survivor where you actually have to fight a gigantic Rancor. And I didn't realize that you had to be at a certain level to be able to face him. And so I stumbled upon it, and I got wiped out in one go. It was just brutal. But what's interesting is the game Force Unleashed. there are several Rancor throughout the game that you have to deal with. Most of them are on the planet of Fallujah, or or however you pronounce it. But there's one that is used as a boss battle to fight, and it is a bull Rancor. This thing is kind of it's massive compared to the other Rancors. Like, it takes up the entirety of the screen.
Wow.
And like, you can see these tusks coming out of it right here.
Yeah.
And this is a nice little, I don't know if this is a 3D print or ceramic maquette or whatever, but this thing it's so brutal, and it takes up so much of the screen that like you could barely keep track of where you are as a playable character throughout the battle. And it is now I maxed out Star Killer, and I was able to just get to the point where like all I had to do was spam Force Lightning and just electrocute the crap out of this thing.
Right.
I never had to get close. I would just double jump into the air and blast it.
Right.
But it's so brutal. I mean, look at like how much growth is on this thing. Like the way the tail looks, the way that the tusks are, the spikes growing out of the back. It's a beast.
Yeah. I will say that Book of Boba Fett kind of ruined the Rancor, which Book of Boba Fett ruined a lot of things, but by like having them ride the Rancor, and I'm just like, really? No, you don't ride Rancors. It was cool, but at the same time, it's like, no, why?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, it's not as cool.
What do you have next for?
Well, I was gonna say probably the next thing I was gonna have was the Sarlacc. The Sarlacc was absolutely terrifying, because I mean, for one, like, it takes the idea of quicksand and makes it even scarier. Because now you've got this thing that's living underneath the sand. It has made its pit, and you can see its teeth sticking out of the pit.
Yeah.
It has its mouth and its tongue, and that is just terrifying.
And let me just say, as a child of the 80s for whom quicksand was an ever-present danger from all the movies, this made it even more terrifying to go to the beach
or riding through a swamp with a horse.
Yes. Or just going to the ocean, Jaws.
Don't get me started on Jaws. I was afraid of deep ends for the longest time in pools. But this is how big a Sarlacc is. In fact, again, I'm referencing Force Unleashed. You actually get to there's part of a level where you go and you pass through a Sarlacc pit. And it's kind of gross. Like, you're in there, you have to deal with all these like different like orifices that are opening up inside as you're passing through the digestive tract. And you basically get farted out later. But there are troops down there. Like, they've actually designed, like, the Empire has actually gone into this Sarlacc pit, and to the express point of using it as a facility. Like, they have panels and traps and all sorts of stuff and equipment down there, and it is kind of gross that they're taking this living animal and they made it into a base.
That's what the Empire does.
Yeah. But I mean, this was
well, and the whole idea of being almost Vader, Jabba said, being digested for over 1,000 years. Well, first of all, how does that work? You'll be dead long before that. But just the idea that it's not,
unless it's got some kind of enzyme that like prolongs life while it slowly digests you.
Yeah, I don't know, but just the idea that it's not going to be a slow death.
No,
it's going to be long, and it's going to be painful.
Very painful.
Yeah.
What's another one that comes to mind?
The Minoc. The best jump scare in Star Wars to this day, even though I know it's coming. Empire.
Empire. Yeah, I think. Well, I think it's the only one in Star Wars. I don't remember too many.
That jump. Yeah. And
for the longest time, I thought that this was just
I'll come back to it, and I'll come back to it in the next one you give me. There is one other jump scare.
Oh, you're right. There is.
It is in the same movie. It's both. They're both in Empire. But this one, when that thing, I know it's coming, but every time that first Minoc hits the window, I'm always just kind of like whoa.
Yeah. Oh, ooh. Yeah, they're creepy. Yeah,
they are.
It's the bug eyes, man.
Oh, it's that mouth, that kind of suction mouth. You're like, how? And the fact that
it kind of feels like it looks like a lamprey.
What's that?
Kind of looks like a lamprey.
Yeah, and that's kind of what's so cool about the Star Wars universe is you have an entire creature who lives off of energy.
Yeah,
that's what it feeds off of, is like electrical energy, or the energy off of the starship. And the fact that it lives inside another being.
Yes.
Yes.
And you know what? Since we're talking about that one right now, the space wormer is also called an exogore.
Exogore. Yes.
And these things are monsters in and of themselves, and these things live in deep space.
Yeah. These things look like they make the Sarlacc look small.
Right?
Look at the size comparison just in that shot right there.
There's the Millennium Falcon right there.
Yeah.
And it kind of reminds me of Monstro the whale from Pinocchio.
It does. Yes. It does look like a sperm whale.
It's so gross. And then here's the anatomy of it. This is actually from Wikipedia. It's got an optical stock, but what do you need eyes for when you live in pitch black darkness?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And it's got 8 hearts? 8 hearts pumping blood through its body? Ugh. No, thank you.
Yeah.
It's not even in the same franchise, but the Shai-Hulud of Dune are very much in that same mindset.
Yeah.
In fact, there's so much sci-fi where there's some kind of weird desert worm. You've got the Sarlacc, you've got the graboids from Tremors, you've got the sandworms from Beetlejuice, the Shai-Hulud, and then
whatever those things are from SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yeah, we don't talk about SpongeBob SquarePants.
I thought we didn't talk about Bruno.
We don't talk about either.
Oh, okay.
But here's a nice mix of all three of them in a worm race.
Nice.
So the next one I wanted to talk about was the Wampa.
The other jump scare.
Yeah, and I liked how, because here's where the jump scare pops in, and it terrified me as a kid. But then they started adding in the different parts of the extended versions of the original trilogy, and the scene with the Wampa eating and getting up and coming after Luke, and you can see it from a distance. It's eating the tauntaun, and here it is. You've got the blood dripping, and then he cuts off its arm.
Yeah,
poor Wampa.
Poor Wampa. I love the deleted scene with the room full of Wampa.
Right.
That was so, and the fact that there was a sign that fell off that was on there that warning about Wampas in there that 3PO took off, and then when the stormtrooper opens the door and gets pulled in, and the stormtrooper just like, nope.
Yeah. And I found some good images here of the Wampa. So here's the one where you get that nice little jump scare.
Yeah.
And there's different versions. Like here's another version of it, and it looks like kind of like the original snowmen from the Matterhorn.
Yeah.
But then you can see it getting up. You know, it's coming after Luke, and then of course this where did I see that? This one right here, this toy where the arm pops off. That's great. But I like this one right here. This is a statue. I think it's 3D printed, but
that looks terrifying.
Dude, like look at those claws, man. It makes it actually look scary.
Yeah.
I mean, they are scary, but like,
yeah, there's a couple of them where it looks like Chewbacca's, cousin from that, they don't talk about.
Yeah. Right.
When it's whatever the holiday is, they're just like, yeah, it's just
yeah, he's the one that lives in the deep north. He's their Canadian cousin that they don't want to talk about.
Yeah.
So what's another one for you?
Well, any of the ones from the arena in episode 2. I can't remember what they're all named. But those are
Let me see if I can find them. Yeah. The arena we had. Well, one of them was the Ronto. That was the big brute one.
Yeah.
Let me see here.
There was one in Neural. Was that the cat?
I always kept calling it Nexu. The cat one. Yeah. And then the spider-looking one is called the Acklay.
Okay.
And yeah, so those are.
Yeah, those are.
Come on. Yeah, I'm going to share this tab instead. I'm starting to have a little bit of a lag on my computer here. I don't know why. Am I still coming through?
Yeah. I can hear you.
Okay. Cool. Just making sure. Yeah, because here's the Nexu. And like, I think the thing that creeped me out the most is that it was their eyes. They had those spider-like eyes. And it just, that unnerved me. I don't like spiders.
Spiders are gross.
Yeah. And this is from Cholgana. They're carnivorous. They live in forests, jungles, and tundra, so they can live in all sorts of different locations. But then we've got the go away advertisement. The Acklay, which is the big spider thing. It's an amphibious crustacean, semi-aquatic, lives in the jungle. They come from Vendaxa. And then the last one, we have dude, these ads are just killing me. Then we had the Reeks. Oh, I take that back. That wasn't a Ronto. That was a Reek. And point of origin is Elysia, but we get Iridonian, Ithorian, and Kashyyykian Reeks. Huh. Interesting. So yeah. Yeah, those are all good monsters. I wish we kind of got a little bit more of them too.
Now, one, it's not really a monster, but it's still monstrous, and we see a little bit of it in Jedi. They're the Bamor monks.
The what?
Are you familiar with them?
No.
We see one of them in Return of the Jedi. They were monks, and they believed in true enlightenment can only be achieved by separating their mind from the distraction of the physical body. So they would remove their minds and put them in these jars that were carried around by look like giant spiders. They have like this giant spider. You see one at the beginning.
Oh,
when
yeah.
Luke
Okay,
walks in, you see it skittering. It skitters around. That's a Bavar monk. Basically, they were humans or other species, and they physically remove their brains, and put them in like these giant spiders, mechanical spiders.
That's nope. Nope. Couldn't pay me enough.
No.
Couldn't pay me enough. It's crazy. So there's a couple that we haven't talked about.
Okay.
We're gonna jump back to Tatooine.
Okay.
With this one.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
Oh, which one do you think I'm talking about?
Krayt Dragon?
Krayt Dragon. You are correct, sir. And just because they're so massive.
They are.
They're the only things that actively hunt Sarlacc pits.
Yes.
Like
it's
the fact that they go through the process of actually feeding on it, and it's the only thing that scares a Sarlacc away.
And finally seeing one of these in
Mandalorian season 2.
Mandalorian season 2. Finally seeing one like that, and just seeing how massive it is, and you being like, "Oh, this is why people were terrified of this thing."
Yeah, like these were like some of the original pictures of them, and they just look like your standard dragon. This right here and this right here, so much more terrifying.
Yeah,
which explains why it's able to move so fast under the sand.
Yeah.
It's just no thank you. No thank you at all. And the fact that it belches out the acid.
Yes. Like they took aspects of the classic dragon and just flipped it around and made it even more terrifying.
Yeah. It's
like
so
the only thing that would have made this more terrifying is if it gets out of the sand and suddenly giant wings flop out and it starts flying around.
Nope. I would just nope right off the planet. But the thing, kind of what it reminds me of though, is if you see how the face is shaped right over here.
Yeah.
It almost reminds me of something from Halo. The Gravemind's face. So this is the Gravemind from Halo, and it kind of has a very similar design as this came out before the Krayt Dragon did, but this is it looks like a very similar design. Where you've got that protrusion over the nose over the mouth, and the mouth just having all these gnarly jagged teeth.
Yeah.
So it's entirely terrifying. But yeah, that's what came to mind when I saw that for the first time, and I'm just like, nope.
No.
But there's another similarly large creature that we haven't talked about.
I do not know. What could that be?
The Zillobeast.
Oh yeah, the Zillo. I should have.
The Zillobeast, which appeared in a couple of episodes of Clone Wars, and we saw a hatchling Zillobeast in the Bad Batch because they were trying to replicate it again.
Yeah.
And this thing, this is the kaiju of the Star Wars universe.
Yes.
And they are, it terrorized Coruscant, and they ended up having to kill it.
Yeah.
Well, this is like the hatchling that we saw in Bad Batch, And that thing right there, I mean, just how small that is, but the way it looks, that is terrifying.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to do with that.
No.
The thing
No,
that it gets
senor.
bigger. The fact that it gets bigger, it just, no, thank you.
Yeah. Ooh. Well, thank you for giving me nightmares tonight. No.
Oh, that's not even the scariest. That's not even the scariest thing in the Star Wars galaxy.
Ryan Johnson?
I see what you did there. No.
I's a bad boy.
Nah, that was good. This.
Oh, yes.
The Geonosian worms. Because this thing was creepy as all get out. Like, you think that the Battle of Geonosis, everything's, hunky-dory, it's done, whatever. No, this thing, it was awoken and lurking beneath the surface, and it had been forgotten. And it started infecting the Geonosians. It started infecting the clones who were still stationed there. It infected the Jedi who got stationed there, including Barriss Offee and almost Ahsoka Tano. Like, it is creepy as heck, man. And here's the thing that makes it even worse is that it zombifies the host body just so it could spread. It reproduces inside the body using the materials, and so that it can spread virally. And what it reminds me of, have you ever heard of the Strain?
The name sounds familiar.
It was a TV series on FX that was based on a series of books co-written by Guillermo del Toro.
Yes, I do.
Subsequently directed the series.
Mm-hmm.
And it was about vampires, not zombies. But the premise was that the vampirism was passed on through capillary worms. And that was what carried the infection. That's what carried the whole thing. And so, like, these people would get infected, and it would actually physically transform them, and they would start gestating more worms as the longer they were infected. And it really gross stuff. I mean, worms in general gross me the heck out.
Oh, yeah.
But that's that when I started seeing those trailers for the show popping up, I started looking at this. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's very similar. And so yeah, it was a great example of. I mean, these episodes with the worms were like really good horror.
Yes.
Really good horror, especially for a kid's cartoon.
Yeah. There's a lot of things where you're like, especially with Clone Wars, where you're like, it was a kid's cartoon.
Yeah. I mean, it was prime time, but yeah, it was definitely a kid's cartoon.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff in there that it's just like, really, this. Yeah.
So yeah, those are some of the scariest monsters of the Star Wars galaxy. Now,
yes,
if you've come across any other monsters that we haven't touched on in this episode, we would challenge you guys to leave them in, mention them in the comments, because we love to have that kind of discussion going on.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, so did you see some of the comments that we got on some of our shorts?
No, I have not.
So a few weeks ago, by this point, I posted it, well, I didn't post it, but
Feast of Fandoms.
But Feast of Fandoms did. It was from October 9th, a couple of weeks ago, talking about whether or not Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru actually died because of the whole speeder thing. And we got some decent comments. We got over 1,000 hits on that, 22 likes and only 2 dislikes. So, 91.7%. But the comments were great. Obviously, nothing new. But obviously, I responded to one of them, I think. But yeah, one guy responded saying it's not a one-off custom model. It's mass produced in a hot, dusty environment. So I imagine a fully enclosed speeder would be common. I'm like, not according to the Vehicles and Vessels Guide. And yeah, so, but yeah, we got some commentary on it, and I thought that was fun.
Nice. Always
Yeah.
good to have engagement.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So comment on our video. Tell us what
we
you
would
think.
love for you to comment on our videos.
Yeah, tell us.
Because then we can respond back and get some engagement, and you can tell us why we're not nerdy enough, and we could tell you how you're wrong.
Exactly.
And if you want to email us,
subscribe, do all that other fun stuff.
Yes. Of course, if you have any direct comments, you can email them at complaints@whitehouse.gov. So I don't know where else to send them.
I don't know. Kathleen Clooney's probably already got a whole desk full because of you.
Oh gosh, I hope so. Kennedy@lucasfilm.com. Yes, email her with all your complaints about what we say. All right. What do we have coming up next week?
Next week we are talking about rebellion in general, not just the rebellion, but overall just rebellions, resistance movements. Should be interesting. Should be a fun discussion.
I think so.
Yeah,
we're jumping into something that's a little bit more lore heavy. We're going to be just talking about it, especially considering the fact that next week is November the 5th.
Remember the 5th of November.
Yes. All right. Anything before we do our sign-offs?
I cannot think of anything. Everyone out there, have a safe Halloween. If you celebrate, go trick-or-treating, be safe. And just take care of yourselves.
Yeah, make sure that your kid's candy doesn't have any of those terrible things, like math books or educational materials.
And remember, if they don't give you full-size candy bars, that is reason to go back and TP their house.
Oh, you're one of those. Yeah, I'm going to be spending most of Friday over at my parents' house because my mom, they do a neighborhood thing, and she's going to make a huge pot of chili, and they're going to be having chili dogs and Frito boats, and I'm like,
we have a part of the neighborhood where we live where it's kind of cool. Everybody just opens their garage doors up, and they have like little mini fire pits in the front driveway, and then they'll have candy set up so the kids walk up to where it is, and they'll have some houses will have candy apples and tables set up with candy so they can just go and pick the candy, and you can stop for a while and warm yourself up on a cold Midwestern night.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's really cool. Cool. Well, we're going to sign off. It's about that same time. So if you guys want to connect with me, you guys can do so on Instagram and X at @GKJ_publishing, where I talk about my books, The Archives of a Sikh Brand, my newest title, which is almost a year old, which is called Midnight Playground. It's a collection of short stories, including sci-fi and some horror. But I also promote my show The Right Way on YouTube, where we talk book recommendations, author interviews, and creative writing tips. Just had a new episode of of Snackame on Feast of Fandoms dropped this last Friday. We were talking about Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and it was just a fun conversation. And we're actually coming up on our 1-year anniversary.
Muzzle tov.
Yeah, November 22nd is going to be a big day for Snackame. Nice. We may even go to 2. No, I'm not. We're not. We're just going to keep it monthly. All right, but yeah, you can get a hold of me there.
All right. As for us here at War of the Stars, if you want to get a hold of us, a few ways you can do that. You could email us, warofthestars1@gmail.com, or on all our social media, we are at War of the Stars 77. If you want to support the show, again, a few ways to do that. One is Ko-fi. That is ko-fi.com/War of the Stars. Again, all one word. Or you can go to our Spreadshirt shop. Just go to spreadshirt.com and search for War of the Stars. I'm sure I'll be able to find it pretty easily. If not, get a hold of us. We can give you the link. We are, of course, as Garrett mentioned, a proud member of Feast of Fandoms. Check out all the shows of Feast of Fandoms. Again, if there is a fandom, a nerd fandom out there, you'll probably be able to find a show connected to it on Feast of Fandoms. It covers the whole gauntlet of genres, which, in fact, there's a show called The Geeky Gauntlet. Anyway, that will do it for this week. Check us out next week again when we're talking Rebellion. And remember, rebellions are built on hope. And I hope you have a good Halloween. And remember, this is not just my Star Wars. This is not just your Star Wars. This is our Star Wars. Go Jays!